Welcome to the wheel. My name's Adam. I'm going to be spinning for you for the next 45 minutes, and without any further ado, let's get our first spin on the way. We're spinning from red number 1. As you can see, two different views of the same wheel. We've got the sky cam just up there, and then we've got the hand cam just over there. And our first result of the month is my favourite number, 27. Let's get 27 confirmed. And I'll tell you it's red, it's odd, it's high. Third dozen, third column. And in the TS section of the wheel, couldn't ask for a better start to the month. Now on your screen you also have the stats from July. So you can see the hot number was 20, 118 spins in the entirety of July. 22 was in second place with 115 spins. 31 were 113 spins as we go into black 35. 35 black on high. In the third dozen, in the middle column, and part of the voice section. Welcome along to Alan and to Aderito. Welcome. These spins are just for fun. No money can be placed on this wheel. It's just so that you can get an idea of where the ball may fall. Black number 2 is the next result. Let's get 2 confirmed. Middle column. Middle column, yes. First dozen. Black even and low. And part of the voisin section. So 20 was the hottest number last month, 118 spins. Only 3 spins behind was 22. 31 in third place, 33 in fourth place, and the big green 0 in fifth place. I had no idea the green 0 was so hot until I had a look at the stats. Number of love, 14, middle column, middle dozen. Red, even, and a low number in the Orphaland section of the wheel, red 14. See, I've got to take it easy for probably the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to, but I should be. I've got an appointment next week to let me know how I'm getting on. Sweet 16's the next result. First column, middle dozen. Red, even, and a low number in the TS section of the wheel. So it's a new month, and I think actually I'm going to keep this session going through the entire month. We're going to just see what happens throughout the course of 31 days. Could get some interesting results here and there. Huge and rouge. It's red 36. Third column, third dozen, red even high, TS section of the wheel. So as you can see, predominantly red so far. We've got 4 red results to 2 black results. Third dozen, middle column, the hot columns and dozens at the moment. Black 22 is in super early, 7th result of the month. Middle dozen, first column, black, even and high, part of the voisin section of the wheel. It's a recurring thing with me. I get ill like this once every couple of years or so. Nothing to worry about. It's all in my genes. The good thing is it's manageable. As we drop into red 32, third dozen, middle column. Red, even and high. Part of the voisin section of the wheel, red 32. I've moved the hand cam ever so slightly, so hopefully we get a better view of the actual spin. And that is black 13. 13 black, odd and low. Middle dozen, third column, TS section. And also, I love it when the ball drops on the hand cam. If it hits the correct canoe, it just looks so nice. And black number 6, our coldest number last month, is our 10th result this month. First dozen. Third column, black, even and low, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. It's our second Orphaland number of the month. Predominantly Voisin and Thiers, nothing to split them at the moment. Majority of numbers have been even. And that's all I can really spot at the moment as we go into Black 35. 35, I believe, is our first reoccurring number. All About That Groove will be coming on Monday. I'm going to do Jackpot 24/7 soundtracks on Monday. Every Monday we're going to mix it up a little bit. Until then, we're going to be stuck with this music until I find some more royalty-free. So, Adorito is predicting 34 and 26. And pretty much in the middle of those is black number 4. 4 black even and low. In the first column in the first dozen, parts of the Voisin section of the wheel, black number 4. You probably can't actually get more central. Maybe 21 is closer to equidistant. There's 21, 25, 2 and 17. As we go into 24. 24 black even and high, TS section of the wheel. Middle dozen, third column. Apologies, that wheel is a little bit flying saucery. I'll try and make it slower for next time. 22 and 27, two numbers that have been out already. 22 was our 7th result, 27 was our first result. Last 19 numbers on the number history on your screen. 25, 29 and 32. 33 is the next result. Hottest number of last month, I do believe. In the third column, third dozen. Black odd and high, part of the TR section of the wheel, black 33. At the moment, 35 is our hot number, twice out. Every other number that's been out has only been out once. We are only 15 spins into the month. There's about a 4-second delay. Sweet 16 right next door to 33, and on its second appearance, 16, it's red, it's even, and it's low. Middle dozen, first column, TS section of the wheel, red 16. At the moment, the columns are on 5 spins each, so the columns are doing perfectly. Black is doing better than red, even is doing better than odd. Ball didn't know where it wanted to land then, ended up in 9, in the Orphaland section of the wheel. In the third column, in the first dozen, it's red, it's odd, and it's low. 35, 0, 2 and 7, 35, 7, 2 and 0, all parts of the Voisin section of the wheel. 25, 29 and 32 again, parts of the Voisin section. Adorito is saying number 8. Oh, really close. 30, 3, 0. One pocket away from 8 is 30. 30 is in the third dozen, third column. It's red, it's even, it's high, and it's part of the TR section of the wheel. It's red number 30. So we do try and do 2 spins a minute. So hopefully we'll get through about 90 spins together. Maybe a few more, maybe a few fewer. Red number 3. Third column, first dozen. It's red, it's odd, it's low, and it's in the Voisin section of the wheel, red number 3. Sierra again today doing very well. It's got 44% of the results compared to Voisin, which only has 39% of the results. So the TR's had one more result than the Voisin. Black 22, reoccurrence. Black 22 in the Voisin section of the wheel. Middle dozen, first column. It's black, it's even, and it's high. I shall try and remember the neighbours when you're making predictions. Although sometimes that's easier said than done, especially when you've got 4 sets of neighbours to remember. Black 29, middle dozen, third column, black odd high, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Just to remind you, every number, middle dozen, middle column, third dozen, I beg your pardon, middle column, third dozen, every number in the middle column, third dozen is part of the Voisin. So 26, 29, 32 and 35, all in the Voisin. That must be new from today. 26 in the voisin section of the wheel, middle column, third dozen. It's black, it's even, and it is high. I watched last night and they were spinning a regular wheel last night. It is the beginning of the month though, so things might change. Black number 10, first column, first dozen. Black even low. Part of the TS section. Oh, so they do, they have. I've just put it up on my PC. I'm wondering if live shows have finished. Or are on their way to finishing. Because there are no graphics on that auto wheel. Just one outside the neighbours of 20 is red number 9. 9 red. 9 odd and 9 low. In the offland section of the wheel, twice there on your marquee. It's in the third column and the first dozen. I've got to be careful now not to call out the results from Super Casino. Red 21 is the next result. 21, red, odd and high. Middle dozen, third column, part of the voisin. I don't know actually. 19 and 14, Adaruto said. And 21 is a neighbour of 19. That's just an auto wheel at the moment. We'll have to probably tune in at 11 to see what they do. And it's always nice to do it twice. There's nothing sweeter than a repeater. First repeater of the month is Red 21. Red 21 in the middle dozen in the third column. It's red, it's odd, it's high, and it's part of the voisin section of the wheel twice now on the marquee. 35, 16, 22, 9 and 21 have all been out twice. Every other number's been out just the once. Apart from the numbers that haven't been out at all, of course. Black number 8 is in the TS section of the wheel. It's in the middle column. It's in the first dozen. It's black, it's even, and it's low. I'll try and find out what's going on with Super Casino. I know that Ideal World is now going on ITV, but I'm not sure how long that's for. I thought we were going to get another repetition then, but we have gone to the Enigma number 23, which is a neighbour of 10 and 5. So, 23 in the middle column, middle dozen. Red, odd and high, part of the TS section of the wheel. Back-to-back TR with 8 and 23. I just hope that Mel stays at Super Casino, because she's got the best spin they have ever had at Super Casino. Black 29, another reoccurring number. We're getting a lot of numbers out twice now. Black 29 in the middle column in the third dozen. We're black, we're odd, and we're high, and we're part of the voisin section of the wheel. Black 29. 6 numbers out twice now. Still missing 0, 1, 5, 7, 11 and 12, 15, 17 through to 20, 25, 28, 31 and 34. Red 21, hot number, third column in the middle dozen. Red, odd and high, part of the voisin. Yep, Ideal World are on ITV midnight till 3 AM, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. There were rumours of Netplay trying to create a branched off group, and it gets very confusing. Black 33, double carpet's the next result. And I do believe that Aderito got his neighbour's prediction correct in the previous result. Double carpet's the next result, 33. Third column, third dozen, black, odd and high, part of the TS section of the wheel. 2 results, or 2 views of the same wheel. And what I might do for now is I might just hide the number confirmation over the wheel as we go to 17. That way you can see the spin a little bit better. 17 black, odd and low, middle column, middle dozen, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. A rare trip into the Orphaland. Not had that many Orphaland results. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Orphalands in 31 spins. 32 in the Voisin section of the wheel. You can play a split 29-32. 32, it is a reoccurring number. It's also red, even and high. Middle column, third dozen, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. So 21 is our hot number today, but it was our second coldest number last month. Just shows you the wheel has no memory. Red 27 is the next result. Third column, third dozen, red odd high. CS section of the wheel. Got completely distracted by reading Alan's message then. Everything is changing at Netplay, at Betson, whatever they want to call themselves this week. I've no idea what's going on with them anymore. I used to be able to keep on top of things. I used to get just enough info through to know when to record significant events, but now I stand no chance. Black 24 climbing down the third column. Black 24 in the third column in the middle dozen. Black even and high, part of the TS section of the wheel, black 24. This is spin number 35. I've got to be honest, this 45 minutes is flying by. I'll be back same time tomorrow. Then I've got the weekend off. And then we'll do single sessions until mid next week, and then we'll go back to normal. Black 15 in the middle dozen. In the third column. Black, even, odd, and low, parts of the Voisin section of the wheel, black 15. Five, 10 and 12, Aderito says. Black 29 just outside the neighbours of 12. Black 29 now on its third appearance of the month. It's in the middle column in the third dozen. It's black, it's odd, it's high, and it's part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Betson did a not-so-friendly takeover of Netplay, and they are trying to consolidate everything, I do believe. 11's the next result, middle column first dozen, black, odd and low. Part of the TS section of the wheel, black number 11. There's about a 4-second delay today on my video to my stream, I do believe. Yeah, 6 seconds actually today. The delay's a little bit higher because I'm using the fancier graphics. Black 17, Sabotage. Most popular number in the casino, and it's out for a second time. Middle column, middle dozen. Black, odd, and low. Part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. So Netplay is now just an arm of Betson. I think Netplay is now Maltese as opposed to British. Ever since they had to bring the wheels back from Guernsey though, it's not been looking good for Netplay. Number of love, 14, climbing down the middle column. Middle column, middle dozen once more, in the Orphaland section once more. This time we're red, even and low. So number 14 has now made its second appearance of the month. Hottest numbers are 29 and 21, 3 spins apiece. 22, 10 and 18, 13, 8 and 20. Neighbour of 13, red 27, hot number. Third dozen, third column. Red, odd and high, parts of the tier. Now I've no idea where the ball's going to fall when I spin. I just spin completely at random. Last month we got very lucky and we got 115 black 22s. This month we've got 2 black 22s so far. A red number 30, climbing up the third column, third dozen once more. Red, even and high, and part of the TS section of the wheel, red number 30. So, red 30 is now on its second appearance of the month. And remember, every number, third column, third dozen, is in the tier. 2, 9 and 14 is what Aderito is predicting. 9 and 14 separated by just 31. And we go into red number 7. 7, red odd low. First column, first dozen. Voisin section of the wheel, red number 7. I haven't a clue what the songs are called these days. I made this mix about a month ago, and I've forgotten the song names since then. I shall find out and let you know via direct message as we go into number 12. Sticking with the neighbours of 7, 12 is red, it's even, and it is low. Third column. In the first dozen, parts of the Voisin section of the wheel. This is spin number 44 happening on your screens right now. Let's hope it's a good one for all of you. And it's number 13. 13, unlucky for some. Is it unlucky for you? I hope not. Middle dozen. First column. Black odd and low, part of the TR section of the wheel. Black 13 breaking the chain of red numbers there. Predominantly black numbers so far today. 52% black to 48% red. We've not had a green 0 yet, but it is still very early days. Black 28 is the next result in the Voisin section of the wheel. It's in the third dozen in the first column. It's black, it's even, and it is high. Let's move on from black 28. Let's have a little look for 10, 5 and 17, see if we get anywhere close to those. Oh, 18 and 23, 22 and 33. 6, it's nowhere near any of them. Oops. Third column, first dozen. Black, even and low, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. Slow wheel this time. And the result, red number 12. Let's speed the wheel up and confirm red number 12. I said confirm red number 12. There we go. Graphics are on a bit of a go slow. 4, 9 and 15 for Alan. Red number 12, by the way, in the first dozen in the third column. Red, even and low, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Red number 12 was your last result. So Aderito got it on the nose. Well done. And that's the big green 0. First big green 0 of the month. Not in any of the outside chances, columns or dozens, but we are in the... Oh dear, that was a no spin. I knew that was going to happen. Just had my hand in the wrong place. Let's respin from the big green 0. Apologies for that. Hit my leg. So 0, not in any of the outside chances, columns or dozens, but it is in the Voisin. I was thinking to myself, you're in a really bad spot to spin there. Because I just had to walk away from the wheel for a second. And yeah, no spin. Onto my leg. Red number 9 is the next result. In the third column in the first dozen. Red, odd and low, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. With me, no spins normally happen when I'm at the wrong position relative to the wheel. Because if you're a couple of degrees off or your hand's slightly in the wrong place, it'll just fly out the wheel. Red 18 is the next result. 18, red, even and low. Third column in the middle dozen, parts of the Voisin section of the wheel. So yeah, I average a misspin every 500 or so spins. I am quite a clumsy spinner. Because my spins have a lot of power normally, it means they're more likely to misspin. Red number 1, first column, first dozen, red odd low, parts of the Orphaland section of the wheel. See, if you delicately spin like that, it hardly ever flies out. And I think that wheel speed is perfect for the hand cam there, because you just see every number float past. And that, I believe, is red 14. Number of love, out again. Middle column, in the middle dozen. Red, even and low. Part of the offline section of the wheel. So Adarito predicted 20, and 20 and 14 are next to each other. Alan said 35, 22 and 19. Close, but no banana for Alan there. Right next door to 14 is black number 20. Middle column, middle dozen. Black, even and high. Part of the Orphanland section of the wheel. 16 and 23. So they both share 5 as a neighbour there. So we're looking for anything from number 30 round to red number 1 for Adarito. 36 and 0 for Alan. Neighbour of 36 is hot number 27. Third column, third dozen. Red, odd and high. Part of the TR section of the wheel, red 36. Red 36, red 27. So you've got 36 on my brain, Alan. And from 27 we go to 22. 22 now on its third appearance, I want to say. Yep, third appearance for 22. Middle dozen, first column. Black, even and a high number in the voisin section of the wheel. And from 22 we go to 34. 34 in the Orphanland section of the wheel. In the third dozen, first column. Red, even and high for red 34. 31 and 26 for Adarito. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I think I've pronounced it about 10 different ways, so hopefully one of them is correct. So 31 and 26, so that means we are looking for 20 through to 22, and 35 through to 32. 24 is the next result. 24 in the TR section of the wheel. Third column, middle dozen. Black, even and a high number. Exactly even Stevens with the red and black now. Black was dominating earlier, but we've had a healthy mix, and now we're even Stevens. Even slightly better than odd, high slightly better than low. Majority in the third column, and predominantly second dozen as well. Black number 20 is the next result. Black 20, middle column, middle dozen. Black, even and a high number, part of the Orphanland section of the wheel. Black 20 now on its second appearance of the day. We're only actually missing a few numbers, 5, 19, 25 and 31. So 4 numbers left to go, and we're only at spin number 59. A red 21, hot number. A red 21 in the voisin section of the wheel. Third column, third dozen. Red, odd and high. A red 21. Black 22 holding its own this month. I say this month, we're starting off the month, but it's got a good start to the month, hasn't it? Red number 12, third column, first dozen. Red, even and low. Part of the voisin section of the wheel, red number 12. Now red 12 doing quite well for itself. It's on its third appearance of the month, and we've got no runaway leader so far today. 27 and 21, they're on 4 spins after 60 results. But quite often we'd see one on 6 or 7 at this stage of the game. A red 32, middle column, in the third dozen. Red, even and high. Part of the voisin section of the wheel. Top 5 hot numbers for August at the moment. In joint third, we've got 14, 22, 32 and 24, all on 3 spins. And then our 2 hot numbers are 27 and 21 on 4 spins. 30, 23 and 35 is what Adorito predicted. Close. And again, we've got red number 9 this time. 9 seems to be a very hot number for me, consistently. Third dozen. Third dozen? Third column, first dozen. Orphanland section of the wheel, red, odd and low. 22, 17 and 5, all 2. Neighbour of 22 is red number 9. Black 26. Middle column, third dozen. I've got one of those little dot things that you buy from that Rainforest online shop, and every so often it just thinks I'm talking to it when I'm not. 18, 11 and 3. 18 and 3 relatively close to each other on the wheel. And a neighbour of 3, no it's not, nearly, it's red 32, hot number. Middle column, third dozen, red, odd and red, even and high parts of the voisin section of the wheel. So every so often in the corner of the room I just get that particular dot talking to me because it thinks I've spoken to it. That's why I don't say legs 11 anymore. Nine, we are in, out, out and in again. Almost an in, out, in again, but not quite. In the Orphanland section of the wheel. Third column, first dozen, red, odd, low. Completely snatched at that ball then. I was fully expecting that to be a dramatic misspin, but we just about managed to keep it in the wheel. 19, 33, 22, 17. 23, probably about as far away as we could get from any of those numbers. That was a bad spin. Middle column, middle dozen. Red, odd and high parts of the tier section of the wheel, red 23. Moving on to our next result. Just over 10 minutes left with me, about 12.5 minutes left with me, I would say, at this juncture. I don't have my timer on screen again, so I'm trying to just guess through the passage of spins. Red 32, definitely the hot number. Well, it's actually joint hottest with red number 9, but red 32 is in the voisin section of the wheel. Red even and high, middle column, third dozen. So, third dozen is doing quite well. Second dozen is the hot dozen at the moment, though, as is the third column. So that would be 15, 18, 21 and 24. So 15 once, 18 once, 21 4 times and 24 3 times as we go into red number 1. First column, first dozen, low number, Orphanland section of the wheel. $19 to 36. Alan is going for a high number. Alan is following the pattern because most of the numbers have been high numbers today. And the snowman's in, number 8. Low number, middle column, first dozen, black even low, part of the tier. The wheel's just not being nice to Alan today. It's not being nice to Adorito either. I wish I could control where the ball fell. I'd make sure that everyone was happy, get all the nice results in, but that isn't the way the wheel works, unfortunately. 16, 11 and 23. Right next door to 16 is 24. 24 in the TS section of the wheel. Middle dozen, third column. Black, even and high. About as close as you can get without being on the nose with 16 there. Adorito is going for black 24. Oh, we wiped our feet in black 24 and we went in, out and in again with the snowman. Let's get number 8 confirmed in the middle column in the middle dozen. Middle column, middle dozen? That's a lie, isn't it? Middle column, first dozen, black even low, part of the TS section of the wheel, black number 8. Third appearance for number 8, and our hot numbers are at the moment 32 and 9, joint hottest on 5 spins. 27 and 24 on 4 spins along with 21. So our hot 5 are 21, 24, 27, 32 and 9. 4 out of the 5 hottest numbers are in the third column. Red 1, low number, first column, first dozen, red, odd and low, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. I might suggest, Alan, going against your instincts at the moment, because the wheel is just being really nasty. 2, 7 and 9. Let's have a look at what comes in this time. Just outside the neighbours of 9, black number 20. Middle column, middle dozen. Black even and high, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. That's how she's getting more and more awful. 2 Orphaland back to back. Last time we're in the Tier was with black number 8. Last time we're in the Voisin was with red 32. Quite some time ago now for the Voisin. 21, 14 and 26. And the result, hot number 21. Well done, Adorito there, getting it bang on the nose. Third column, middle dozen, red, odd, and a high number, parts of the Voisin section of the wheel. Now I've got to re-level this wheel overnight. It took a bit of a knock during the nose spin, and it has just gone slightly off level. Red number 5 is the next result. Apologies, I've confirmed number 8. What we'll do is I shall respin and I shall change that result during the spin. So 5 is red, odd and low in the first column, first dozen I beg your pardon, in the middle column and part of the TS section of the wheel. So at the moment your screen is saying 8, that is a lie. However, when we confirm the next result, that 8 will change to a 5. And the next result is, help if I looked in the wheel, 29. Oh, the graphics system has now just completely broken. So let's try and fix this. Apologies, I've never had this happen before. So we went from 5 to 29. Let's see if we can get those up first of all. I may need to end this session prematurely, because I have no idea what's going on with this. I am working on it, honest. So 29 was your latest result. There we go. And can we have a marquee as well, please? There we go. Apologies for that. No idea what happened there. Adorito got it on the nose though. Hope it was worth the wait. Thank you, Adorito. Really appreciate that. Apologies for the graphics going haywire then. But we've got it all fixed now. This is spin number 77, and I do need my mouse again. It's our first rim of the month, and we're going in red 30, 3-0, third column, third dozen, red even high, part of the TS section of the wheel. We're going to carry on. We're going to power through. Have a great day, Adorito. It's been a pleasure spinning for you. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, if not some other time. And we are in red 19, 19 red odd low, first column, middle dozen, part of the Voisin section. It's red, odd and high, of course. Now at the moment I don't know what the hot and cold numbers are. I don't have that information on my screen. Let's see if I can get that up as well. Everything just crashed on me then. There we go. So 19 is now on its first appearance. As we go into black 13, first column, middle dozen, black, odd and low, part of the Tier. I think the wheel's gone change of month. I'm going to be a bit of a I was going to say a naughty word then. I'm going to be a bit mean to Alan, let's put it that way. I tell you what, as soon as something breaks, the flow goes, the concentration goes, and you nearly swear on air. 7. Red odd low. First column, first dozen. Awful. Wazan section of the wheel, for goodness sake. I mean, it is YouTube. Technically, I could swear, but I'm not going to. I treat being on air with whatever what I do, regardless of audience, I always treat it as being around polite company. Red number 3, red odd low, third column in the first dozen, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. I've probably got about 700-800 hours of live broadcasting experience under my belt. I've never sworn on air, but once I took a drink during a little break, and about 10 minutes later, I was just talking and a burp just flew out as if it was the next word I was saying. And I just got completely destroyed for the rest of the night as we go into 31. 31 black, odd and high. In the Awfulland section of the wheel, first column, third dozen. You got it on the nose, Alan. Black 31, well done. There is, I'll give you a link to it. There is audio evidence of it on YouTube as we go into red 27 in the third dozen, third column. Red, odd and high, part of the TS section of the wheel. I don't have my timer on screen, so I don't know if I'm over talking or under talking. Oh, we've got 3 minutes left. Remind me when I come off air and I'll dig out the link for you. About 7 years ago now as well. Black number 2 is the next result. Actually, it must be 8 years ago. Middle column, first dozen. Black even low, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. Black number 2. Been doing online broadcasting for far longer than I care to admit. First time I went live was 10 years ago, 2009. Huge and rouge, red 36, third column, third dozen, red even high, part of the TS section of the wheel. Back when I was young and sprightly at 18 years old. And now I'm just a cynical old fart at 28. Well, I feel like an old fart today, anyway. Is fart a rude word? I hope not. I've said it enough now. 11's the next result. In the middle column in the first dozen, black odd low, part of the TS section of the wheel, legs 11. Don't you even think about it over there in the corner. Oh, God. I have a feeling he'd be better than Ailey Nan. Ailey was a nightmare spinning the wheel. There's a video on YouTube, the state of the spins, that I made. Primarily because she was showing no respect to the players by not learning to spin. Red 21, middle dozen, third column, red, odd and high, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. Now I've been spinning a roulette wheel for 9 years. I was 18 when I got my hands on the first wheel. I mean, you can't really tell that I've been spinning for 9 years. I'm still clumsy as hell. Red number 3. In the third column in the first dozen, red, odd and low, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. Yeah, that was my video. The only one I felt a little sorry for was Aaron Wilson, because his was just a Communal Garden no spin that could happen to anyone. I mean, I did one earlier today after the big green zero. Black number 6. In the third column in the first dozen, black, even and low, part of the Awfulland section of the wheel. A red number 7, first column, first dozen, red odd low, part of the Wazan section of the wheel. penultimate spin. I'm going to give you an extra spin over time because of the graphics failure earlier. Black 29 right next door to 7. Black odd and high. Third dozen for middle column, part of the Voisin section. Final spin. What's going to be the final spin? You got it on the nose then with Black 29? What are we getting as our last results of the day? I shall be back hopefully same time tomorrow. I do have a bit of DIY to do tomorrow though. We're finishing on Black 26. Black 26 in the third dozen, in the middle column. Black, even and high, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. So we have done 92 spins together, that's not bad. And what did we get in that time? I can tell you our hot number is red 21 on 6 spins. Second hottest, we've got 27, 32, 9 and 29 on 5 spins. And then we've got 24 on 4 spins, and then a bunch of numbers on 3 spins. We have yet to see just red 25. So red 25 is our coldest number, not been out at all. Too many numbers on 1 spin to even list. We've got more than 10 of them. And our quiet numbers, 25 hasn't been out at all. 35's not been out in 82 spins, 4 in 81 spins, 16 in 78 spins, 10 in 71 spins. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you to Alan for keeping us company for the last 45 minutes. Thank you to Adarito, although he has since gone. I shall be back same time, same place tomorrow. Until then, have a great evening, and I shall see you all on Friday for the second part of this session.